there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to Santa Fun Facts. Instead of doing an idiom today for our Supersize Your Business page, I thought it would be fun, since it's Christmas Eve here in the United States, to do something a little different. So I did a little research and found out under 20, but like 17 or 18 really fun facts about Santa Claus. There's a great article online about it. I had a lot of fun looking it up. But I'm going to just share very briefly what these fun facts are about Santa. Things that I would say the vast majority of these things I did not know. And they did a lot of scientific calculations and things to figure things out. And I'm not going to go into all the details of that because we'd be here for an hour. And instead of doing that, I just want to give a brief summary. And think about Santa Claus. If Santa Claus is a true person, it's up to you to decide. He would be 1,750 years old today. That's a long time that people have been believing in Santa Claus. Now, Santa's suit, it's interesting, Santa's suit was not always red. It wasn't until, and this is one of the fun facts, he started shilling Coca-Cola in 1931. And I'm trying to see if I've got the artist names of who, who actually became the artist for Washington Irving. No, that's not it. Oh, Haddon Sandblom in 1931 began drawing Santa Claus for Coca-Cola and did for decades. And that's where the red suit came from. Now, Santa Claus and his suit were tan before. It's also been other colors, green and gold and blue even. But the red one stuck after Haddon Sandblom started drawing Santa for Coca-Cola, and the Coca-Cola Santa kind of took over everything. It took off, and Santa's suit has been red ever since. His sleigh is probably the fastest vehicle ever made or ever invented, and they gave a bunch of scientific facts about how fast it would have to be to travel to all the children in the world, and they calculated that all out, which I thought was interesting. The nerdy engineer in me thought that was interesting, but for most of us, we don't care. We just know it's an awesome vehicle that's probably better than anything else ever created. He's only worn his red suit since, again, they started shilling Coca-Cola, or he started shilling for Coca-Cola. He was a bachelor for many, many years. It wasn't until 1849 when James Reese wrote a Christmas legend that Mrs. Santa Claus appeared on the books. Now, it's interesting, everybody, the resources, on other resources, they said her name was Anya, A-N-N-A, Anya, or Anna. Or A-N-Y-A, I can't remember. Anyway, it's supposed to be Anya, but I'm not sure because I think in different stories she has had different names. The chimney delivery system was actually created by the same person who wrote The Headless Horseman. That's Washington Irving, and in 1812 he told the story that Santa actually didn't throw presents in the window. He actually went and came down the chimney to deliver the presents for children. Nobody's sure who wrote The Night Before Christmas. I don't know. There's some controversy and a continuing controversy over who actually wrote The Night Before Christmas. All of Santa's letters addressed to Santa Claus, all the letters addressed to Santa Claus, you'd think they'd go to the North Pole. They're all delivered to the same post office, but they're not delivered to the North Pole. They're delivered to Santa Claus, Indiana since 1914. And every letter that goes to Santa Claus, Indiana that has a return address, each child that sends a letter to Santa Claus receives a letter in return, which I think is absolutely fantastic. There's a whole group of the postmaster and a group of volunteers there write to every child that sends a letter to Santa Claus, which I think is absolutely incredible. And it actually makes me want to try and have my granddaughter send a letter to there and see what kind of a response she gets back. So maybe we'll do that next year as a fun little tradition. Santa probably needs a few more reindeer, according to their calculations. The sleigh, in order to deliver a gift to every child under a certain age, and again, they crunched all the numbers for this, the sleigh would weigh 400,000 tons. So if it weighed 400,000 tons, they need more than the 9 reindeer that Santa is reported to have. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, and of course, Rudolph. But according to their calculations, they would need 360,000 reindeer for liftoff. There's heated debate about what Santa's salary should be. They actually had an organization, insure.com, that tried to calculate Santa's salary, and they said he should make $140,000 a year. And then they polled people, and people said he should make between $1.8 billion a year and nothing. He should just keep doing it for free or gratis. But I think it's interesting that people actually thought about what Santa should make for a salary. And I'm sorry, Santa should make more than any politician makes when it comes to salary. That's just my personal opinion. There's no love lost with the Philadelphia Eagle fans. During halftime of a game, they were losing the game, and Santa came out to do the halftime show, and he was booed and had snowballs thrown at him and said he would never appear at a Philadelphia Eagles game again. Two towns claim to be the original home and the home currently of Santa Claus: the North Pole, Alaska, and a place called Rovaniemi, Finland. They both have claims to it. Marvel Comics named Santa the most powerful mutant ever. He has a pilot's license from the United States in 1927. The United States literally gave Santa a pilot's license so that he could fly over the United States. And he and Mrs. Claus both have Canadian passports that were issued in 2013. So where indeed does Santa live? That is a good question. Sorry about that. Christmas was once against the law. Did you know that? I don't think I knew that until I was doing some research this year. But in 1659, the Puritans in Boston, thank you Boston Puritans and the Church of England, outlawed Christmas till about 1681, I think it was. I'm not looking at it. I didn't look it up, but I read it about a week ago that between 1659 and 1681, I believe, it was against the law to have Christmas in Boston. But then again, the mid-1800s, that law was repealed, and then it didn't really become popular though until the mid-1800s is when Christmas really started to take off. Maybe it had something to do with, merchandising and products. Santa originally delivered money so that, okay, this is a good one. Santa originally delivered money so that kids would not have to grow up, mostly girls, to be contessas. St. Nicholas in the 4th century was a bishop in Partarn or something, which is Turkey now. And back then, people would sell their children, mostly girls, to be sex slaves, and he wanted that to not happen. So he would literally pay the families of daughters. He would throw money in the windows on Christmas so that they wouldn't sell their kids into slavery or sex slavery. Santa eats way too much sugar. Apparently, he eats about 374 billion calories. And they did a whole bunch of calculations about that and how big he would be if he were to eat 2 cookies at every stop that he made. He gets most letters from France. Actually, the most letters per year for Santa come from France at 1.7 million. 1.7 million kids in France write to Santa Claus. And in Canada, it's 1.35 million. And the United States and Mexico each have about 1 million letters to Santa every year. And finally, there is no Santa Claus in Ireland, which is interesting. They don't have a Santa Claus in Ireland. There's Santas all around the world by different names, of course. But in Ireland, they have Yule lads. They have 13 different Yule lads. And this is cool. They actually deliver presents and gifts to children between December 11th and January 6th, every single day. And they have different fun characters that deliver the presents the different days. They rotate through the period, but they have 13 different Yule lads with fun names that I didn't capture. But for them, there is no one Santa Claus in Ireland. Very interesting, I thought. Oh, no, Iceland. Not Iceland. Not Ireland. Iceland. In Iceland, they have the Yule lads. Not Ireland. What am I? They both start with I. So that's just some Santa fun facts for today, deviating from our idiom. I'm sure I'll go back to sharing an idiom tomorrow. What does it mean? Where does it come from? And how might you use it in your business today? But how might some of these fun facts, or something as incredible as Santa, who has stood the test of time as your brand ambassador, serve you and your business and your customers well? Have an amazing day. I'll be with you tomorrow. Take care. Merry Christmas. Bye.